This is Galicia. Nestled into the northwest coast of Spain, it's a region home to a unique culture, history and climate. Wetter, wilder and greener than the rest of Spain, it's a region filled to the brim with stunning beaches, wild seas, colourful port towns and beautiful coastline. If you're new around here, we're Jack and Joe, that's our scruffy hitchhiker Frank, and this is Big P, our home on wheels that's taken us on adventures to wild places all over the UK and Europe. Join us in this video as we road trip along the coast of Galicia by campervan, travelling to stunning park-ups, coastal views, rocky mountains, waterfalls, Iron Age history and more. If this sounds like your kind of adventure, then put your feet up and come along with us for these wild journeys in Galicia. Hello and welcome from a sunny Galician coast. We're on a beautifully scenic campsite called Coto Campers. To be honest, we could live here. €11 a night and a bread van comes around every morning honking its horn, waking you up and delivering some fresh bread. I think we're going to explore some more of this beautiful coast, maybe explore some Galician history and maybe check out some scenic coastal towns as well. But first item on the agenda, and he's down here and he hasn't reacted, is we're going to go to a beach.
We're going to go to the beach. With your ball?
Do you want to go to a beach, Frank?
Frank, look. You want to go to the beach?
There he is. We're going to go check out this really scenic beach called Cathedral Beach. So yeah, let's roll. This whole coast that we've been living by for the past few days is beautiful. And I think the drive will take us back along the coastal road. It's been really good for surfing and it's got an amazing coast path that we've been running along every morning. It's been great. I think, first stop in Galicia so far has been top tier and we've barely even started this road trip. So we're very much looking forward to seeing more of this beautiful coast. Oh, look at that. So we just rocked up to Cathedral Beach. We're about to go for a walk. It's quite busy. It's actually very popular in the summer. You have to buy tickets, but it's busy because you can only access it 3 hours of the day at low tide, which has just started now. So this is Cathedral Beach. So called because I think the sea is carved like arches that look a bit like cathedrals into the beach. Really, really beautiful. Kind of with the whole tide out. It's a massive beach, beautiful beach actually. Looks a lot like Kynance Cove in Cornwall.
Yeah.
After Cathedral Beach, we packed up the van and we headed off on our way to one of Galicia's main cities, A Coruña. Good morning. We arrived into A Coruña last night or yesterday evening. We're actually on an air. It costs 14 euros plus €7 for an adult. It's quite expensive, but it's very close to the city centre. And the only reason we parked it is because quite a lot of the free parking spots, in the comments it said that people's vans have been broken into. So we think it probably makes sense to park here and pay for it. Yesterday we went out for a little bit of a drink and some food. Really cool city, but now we've got until 12 o'clock to explore a bit more of A Coruña's like historical side. The city itself is really, really cool. Really enjoy its vibe, and this park up is a bit weird but also scenic.
On a still, calm morning, we set off to explore the port town of A Coruña along a beautiful coastal path. Coruña is an ancient city which, according to local legends, was founded by Hercules. Celts and Romans have occupied the city over thousands of years, and to this day it remains one of the most important ports on the northern Spanish coast. The coast path here has some interesting art installations like this modern day stone circle, as well as the Tower of Hercules, the oldest lighthouse in the world, built in the 2nd century AD and still in operation now. We finished our mooch in the town square and then hightailed it out of the city to find some nature.
Check that out for a view. Look how big these waves are. It's beautiful here. I think we might have a van neighbour tonight, but it's going to be really, really calm and quiet. Can't remember the name of the town that we're near. It's a really nice fishing port town with a free air in as well. Wow. Joe says it feels like Outer Hebridean, kind of the topography. With like the gorse flowers and the rocks and the wild waves. Oh wow. Yeah, look at this set of waves coming in.
This was the beginning of the Costa de Mort, the coast of death, known to be some of the most treacherous waters in Europe. Along this coast lies many lighthouses, seeking to guide wary sailors to safe haven and away from the rocky Galician shoreline and stormy seas. We spent the evening taking in the views, witnessing a stunning sunset, and went to sleep excited to explore more of this beautiful, powerful coastline. After a lazy morning taken in this view, we drove along the coastline further, cutting across the peninsula as we headed towards the port town of Fisterra and the end of the world.
Good morning. We are staying in a town called Fisterra, and this morning, it's about 8:30, we are walking to the end of the world along the Deaf Coast, which sounds pretty metal, to be honest. But it's called the Deaf Coast because apparently the seas around here are so kind of dangerous for sailors that lots of sailors have lost their life. And it's called the end of the world because back in the Roman Empire times, they thought this was one of the ends of their known world. So this was the end of kind of the Roman Empire, and this was the end of the world. So yeah, we're going to walk. I think it's about 6 miles there and back, and it should be beautiful. Hopefully.
6 kilometres.
6 kilometres. Thanks, Joe. Well, we'll see because I'm timing it on my watch. Good goats. Oh, you're such a little one. So welcome to the end of the world. Turns out the end of the world is quite peaceful. Joe was telling me that you can actually do a walk from Santiago de Compostela all the way to here, and that used to be like a traditional add-on route to the massive Camino, where people come here to this point and then burn all their clothes to symbolise they've got rid of all of their... You don't have to do it anymore. You're not allowed to do it anymore, because otherwise we would be burning our clothes. You're not allowed to do it anymore, but I think it must symbolise you kind of walk to the end of the world, and now you're kind of getting rid of all the sin that's soaked into your clothes. I've made that up, but that sounds right, doesn't it? Do you like the end of the world, Frank? Oh my god. Frank, you can't fart at the end of the world.
That's gross.
Don't look at me like that. Beach time. Frank's heading down. You can see the ball, I've got it here. Go on. Really beautiful beach, and it's kind of crazy how sheltered it is that side, where the van's parked, which we'll show you shortly. And this side is just so choppy and just huge waves, really strong currents. It actually says it's dangerous to swim on this side of the beach. But Frank's had a laugh, we've had a nice little sit down. We're going to head back to the town and back to the van. We can show you the view from our pitch. It's really, really nice. Big hike, great beach, and incredible views from this air in Fisterra. That over there. You'll know why Joe's sassing me. It's because I've just beaten her at 3 games straight of Monopoly Deal.
He's jacking him really good at Monopoly. It's all luck, he shuffles really badly.
Oh, it's all about the shuffling. Anyway, what I was going to say was, views over here. Basically, over the next few days, we are going to travel around that bay, over to that mountain over there, which is called the Celtic the Celtic Mount Olympus, and there's some really cool kind of old Celtic ruins around there as well. We might climb that mountain. We're going to find some more beautiful beaches. But yeah, we're going to leave it here and we're going to watch the lovely sunset. And I'm going to beat Joe at 10 more games of Monopoly Deal.
I'm really sorry to say that.
I think you're really funny, don't you?
Oh, crap myself up from this.
It's safe to say we fell in love with this port town, its colourful harbour, incredible bakery and this beautiful stretch of white sands at Praia Langosteira. We planned to stay at this air for 1 day, but that soon stretched to 3, 4 and then 5 nights. If you visit here, we expect this will happen to you too.
Alright, so we've pulled up to Ezaro Waterfall, but we're not going to show you that just yet. I'm actually going to head out on a bit of a solo adventure.
Jutting out from the coastline, the hike up to the summit of Mt Pindo is a difficult one, and with the heat rising, Joe and Frank decided to sit this one out. So I set off on a solo adventure, walking up to the summit by the town of Pindo. Monte Pindo is known as the Celtic Mount Olympus. Galician myths say that this is where the Celtic gods reside.
Getting super warm now. Also super beautiful. Look at that. Hopefully the views at the top are going to be pretty cool too.
There are many legends that surround this place, but perhaps my favourite one is the one about the pagan Queen Lupa, who hid her treasure somewhere in these mountains, and the many rocky shapes which resemble humans are her warriors turned to stone to protect this place.
So I think this is it. I think this is the top, the summit of Mt Pindo. No, it's not. The summit's there. Wow. Okay. Just a little bit more scramble to go, and then we're there. Wow. Beautiful view. Gonna finish this 0-0 Estrella Galicia. Savour in this moment, savour in this view. I'll catch you back in the van. Team's back together. Woo. Joe won't go near me because I smell and I'm full of sweat.
I didn't say that.
Nah, I can tell, Joe. But we're going to check out Ezaro Waterfall, which is literally 300 metres from where we parked the van. And I think it is one of, or maybe the only, river in Europe that ends in a waterfall. And it's just here. So we've literally driven, well, we've driven about an hour's on from that spot, around the coast, beautiful drive. We've come to a place called Castro Baroña, which is like a 2,000-year-old kind of Bronze Age, Iron Age castle by the sea. Let's go check it out.
Castro Baroña is a fine example of a castro built by a Celtic tribe in the 100 BCs to protect them from enemies on land. While not too much is known about this castro or people who lived here, archaeologists have found evidence of a thriving culture. The settlement was abandoned and fell into disrepair during the 1st century AD as the Romans continued to expand their influence across Spain. With the weather heating up, we drove on along the coast to the region of Porto in search of a beach park-up.
So we've driven a little bit further down the coast from Castro Baroña. Really, really beautiful. Found a little car park, and it's right next to this beach, which I think we're going to go check out because it's a bloody beautiful day. I think it's got up to like 26 degrees today. Look at that water. I'm going in that. Oh, there's a bit up there that we can sit in. Wow. Frank, have you seen the beach? Check that out for a beach. God.
And that's where we'll leave you. A stunning beach park up in a stunning region of Spain with a stunning sunset. Galicia will long live in our memories as an incredible place for a road trip. And we know we'll be back again and again to explore more of this beautiful region. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. We will catch you in the next adventure.